I'm Chef Johnny and this is Kitchen Tips. Today we're going to be looking at knives. A lot of the questions I get in is what kind of knife do you use? What's the best knife to buy? And I'll tell you this, the best knife for you to have is the best knife you can afford. This is my chef's kit. You always want to have something to keep your knives in. And I have this kit and it's big enough that I can carry my knives and other tools that I need in the kitchen. But this one specifically, I carry the knives that I use all the time in. In the kitchen, I'll have other knives, but these are the ones I kind of carry with me. You can kind of see what I have. There's my oyster knife. It was slipping out. But I have an array of knives, and if you look, they have covers on them. The reason we have covers on them is we don't want them clanging together to get dirty, to get dull. If items are hitting each other, they're going to get dull, items like that. But we want to keep them in there safe when we're reaching in. We don't cut ourselves. Also, with the covers on there, they don't cut the bag. But we'll look at some of the knives that I use on a regular basis. And I use a chef knife a lot. So there's our chef's knife. And I use different size chef's knives. As y'all can look, I have quite a few different knives out here. But these are the ones that I carry with me and I try to use a lot. These are all Mercers and Wüsthoffs. Wüsthoff is very nice. It's a German knife. All these actually are German steel. Wüsthoffs are made over in Germany, and the Wüsthoffs, you can get these at a lot of different places, but they are nice. They're heavy. They're a full tang knife. If you look, you can see the tang running all the way up the blade, riveted on with stainless steel. These are nice knives. They're sharp knives. A nice stiff spine, good bolster, good cutting edge and tip, but these are fantastic knives. This knife is about a $150 knife though, so it's quite an investment to get a Wüsthoff. My wife actually got me that on our anniversary one year for me. Another chef's knife I'll use a lot is my 6-inch Wüsthoff. This again is an excellent knife. Works very well for smaller chopping in items like that. It works good, and it works where your 8-inch or your 10-inch won't fit. Sometimes that smaller knife is better. I even use this a lot of times for breaking down chickens. It's got a little heft to it. So instead of using a boning knife, I like running this down the ribs next to the backbone. And I always, when I cook my chickens for the barbecue stand, what we do is I take the backbone and the breastbone out. This works very good for that. If I don't use that knife, I will probably use my 6-inch utility knife. I do use a boning knife also. Someone helped themselves to my boning knife here a while back and I haven't replaced it yet. But that is a nice utility knife. It works good on dealing with my chickens, on intricate work. I can get the breast off that chicken very quickly, and it's a sharp knife. I use it, and it's a Mercer, as well as my paring knife. It's got a nice handle in it. Again, full tang. It's weighted down well. It's very sharp. I can reach up and do intricate work with it if I need to, and these Mercer knives are very good. This 6-inch Wüsthoff is about $120. The Mercers, now this is the Mercer Genesis line. They are not their top of the line. They actually have their Renaissance that looks much like the Wüsthoffs. But their Genesis are a non-slip handle. I like them very well. I like the steel. They are a forged blade also. They are made out of German steel. But I tell you what, this knife is about $45, $50 versus $150. Do I think this one's $100 better? I really don't think so. They both keep their edge well. I like both these knives very good and really wouldn't trade either one of them. Here's my Mercer bread knife. It's a good solid bread knife. Nothing wrong with it. When I bought my chef's kit years ago, this was a bread knife with it. I also use a boning knife, and this is just a Mundal boning knife. I have them in Mundal. I have them in Mercer, and I also have some Dexter Russells. But again, boning something out, it's good to have that knife to do. I do like a flexible blade boning knife, I think more so than a stiff blade. I'll even take one with a little more flex in it than this one. But again, a good knife, a solid knife. And this is what I would really call an industrial knife. When you go into a kitchen, you're going to see these in there. They're made out of pressed steel. They press them out and then they grind them down and sharpen them out of a big sheet of metal. But they're a full tang. They last forever. They're beasts in the kitchen. And a chef's knife like this is about $30. The bony knife I think is about $25. So you're looking at much less cost than going with the forged knives. But I do like the weight. The bolsters are not too big, so even someone with smaller hands can reach up there and grab it. And I also use a Santoku that comes from Mercer. And this Santoku works very good against someone with small hands. Santokus are excellent. You can get hold of them if your hand's not too big. Again, you can grab them, you can cut. Very, very good knives. Nothing wrong with them. Hold a good edge. But these are the knives that I regularly use all the time. And maybe not always on a daily basis, but definitely on a weekly basis. These are the knives I pull out. These are the knives that I use every weekend. So if you're looking for a knife, get a good quality knife. And again, these Mercers, I think, for the money are hard to beat. But buy the best knife that you can buy. You're going to be working with them a lot of times. You're making your living with them a lot of times. But you want something quality. You want to keep them sharp. Remember, you don't get cut near as easy with a sharp knife as with the dull knife. If you're pushing hard and you're straining to get it through, you are going to slip and cut yourself. These sharp knives, they're much better to use, and these knives are all sharp and they hold a great edge. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information on knives, and come back and see us sometime and we'll see if we can give you some more kitchen tips.